Hey, what is up, guys? Flex Media here, bringing you yet another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. Now, this is a no item run on the androids category stage of Super Battle Road. Now this one I would say, this for whatever reason was very, very annoying for me. I knew that this was the team that would get it done, but I just kept getting horribly unlucky with super attacks and just basically where they were supering me in the turn, and it would be type disadvantage. It was just all sorts of bad news. And I will say that there was one unit that did kind of put me over the top, and it was Android 13. He is very, very strong defensively. I think specifically he is strong defensively. Now on this team, we have quite a few target Goku allies, but I don't think every single one of them are. Like the LR androids, they are target Goku. And then of course we have two of them. And then INT Cell, he is the other one that's on target Goku. The rest of our team are androids. Now, I would say that's a pretty good attack stat right there from Fizz Cell. Fizz Cell, he does struggle to hit super, super duper hard. If you get him in between a couple of support units, he can get you, probably a 4 million attack stat or so. But what's good about Fizz Cell is, it's his ability to heal on the 12 key super. And then, of course, that is an AoE. So, he's just very good in something like Super Battle Road. And again, if you get him, a little support on rotation, let's say you have, instead of using the LR androids, you're using, Android 17, get him just a little bit of defense, he's going to be able to tank for double digits on normals. So I believe those are the only target Gokus on the team, and then the rest are androids. That is the INT Cell and the LR androids. So we obviously got the full heal and then a monstrous buff to our team right here. This dude is just so good. INT LR Cell, when he transforms, the perfect cell, he is just so good. He's really capable. I think I decided to bring down the AGL orbs here to get him his actual 8 key, or once you get him more than 8 key spheres, he gets an additional 80% attack and defense, so he becomes really, really good at that point. He is extremely orb hungry, but he is far and away the MVP of this team. So right here, we're going to get him a full 24 key super. That's actually not bad there from Android 17. So obviously he's getting buffed from the Android 13 that we have on the team. But yeah, this LR INT Cell, he for sure was the MVP. And I would say that Android 13, he did kind of put us over the edge with his ability to stun, and we did get the stun right there. He doesn't get a ton of them, but right there, 3.91, man, and he's got just insane defense. We'll take it. We'll take it. We got him a ton of key spheres. We're lowering the attack and defense of the enemy. It is a shame I have 0 dupes, so he'll never be able to crit. Of course, until I pull a dupe. I do plan on going ham on the Gogeta side of the 5-year anniversary. I really, really, really want Gogeta. He's just, I love Vegito too. Vegito is probably, I would say, a little tiny bit better. But I love Gogeta. I am a Gogeta guy at heart. I did summon for Vegito in the JP side of the game. And that was just simply to, buff my roster a little bit, right? Because Vegito is just a little tiny bit better, I would say, with his ability to triple super attack pretty consistently. And then the other thing that I did want to mention is, sort of spoilers ahead, but we did not get the fusion of Android 13, not one single time. I thought that in the second fight, I thought we were going to get it, and it turns out that we didn't quite make it to 5 turns. So, that was also something to keep in mind. The thing about it is he does get, slightly more powerful. But the thing is he's only getting more powerful if you have target Goku. It's really strange. I like him as a unit. I like him. He's just a little bit funky in that he supports androids. Me and the boy DBZ Blaze were talking about it, and it's like, dude, as if the androids needed any more support. Seriously, the team is just absolutely overflowing with ki. It is one more buff to INT Cell. So if you want to build the team around INT Cell, Android 13 is definitely a good candidate for that. Are we able to get the stun here? I feel like maybe we get the stun here. I could be wrong here, but So I do like Android 13, and the thing that he brings to the table, so right there he stuns. That's huge. Lowering defense on super attack really isn't too big a deal, unless you're talking about Legendary Goku event. And this thing where he buffs androids is just weird because they didn't need any more support. And then, of course, he doesn't buff target Goku. You know, and it's just really weird that he doesn't buff the category that he introduces. I really find it weird. And then when he transforms, so then he himself gets buffed. He gets 13% attack and defense per target Goku category ally on the team. So it's like, you either have to build his team one of two ways, where he's a support unit, and he's supporting androids, or that he's like the main star and you're supporting him with target Goku allies. You know, and then the other part about it, to make it even weirder, is like to get him to even transform, you have to have 2 or more androids on the team. So realistically, that's 1 additional android unit on the team, which is, you know, pretty easy to do. You're definitely going to want to run like INT Cell on this team, or the LR androids. They're just a really nice addition to the team. But I don't know, man. Like I said, I really do enjoy his card. He is very strong defensively, which I do like, especially for something like SBR. And we have him linked up with MVP 17, so he essentially tanks everything that isn't type disadvantage. He definitely tanks everything for double digits, and that, of course, is super nice. And then a lot of other members of the team are lowering the enemy's attack. That was a big shot there. That's, again, just Fizz Cell can struggle a little bit defensively, a little bit offensively. He's overall just... He's not super impressive, but I do like him linked up with the LR INT Cell. And then specifically, like I said, if you have MVP 17 floating around, it's probably a better choice than keeping him on rotation, but I really thought that keeping Android 13 on rotation was going to be a good move so I could maximize his ability to stun. That's what I really liked. And then Android 17, as I was just talking about, you know, he is among a lot of these units that lower the enemy's attack and defense. So he does it, the LR androids do it, and then the Cell Juniors do it. And when we do get INT Cell to transform, he lowers it. I think does he massively or greatly lowers attack and defense on his 18 key super. And this is another reason why I brought Android 13. Is his ability to have type advantage against 2 of the harder opponents. Well, realistically, the 2 hardest opponents in this stage. So in this stage, we've got Meta Rildo, and then in the very next stage, we also have a Meta Rildo. So, you know, it's certainly helpful to have a little type advantage against the 2 hardest opponents in this stage of Super Battle Road. And then at this point, we're able to... Okay, so number 1, we get the transformation again. So, you know, again, like I mentioned earlier in the video, LR INT Cell, he's just the MVP. Essentially, like, of every run I take him into, he gets me this full heal, like, at least one time. And he really saves my ass. I mean, he really does. I mean, we were for sure. I mean, when you fall below 30% HP, unless you use an item, you are guaranteed to die next turn. I mean, there's no question about it, you know, unless you miraculously get some stuns or something. But we only have the 1 stunner on the team, you know. And then I don't know, man, he's really good. He's really good. It's a shame that he's not a little bit better. Like right there, 1.4 million, man, that is just, for a Dokkan Fest LR in his, you know, transformed state, it's supposed to be his best version. That's just anything but impressive. And that results from us not having support on rotation, and then he didn't get a ton of key spheres there. I think we only got him 3 key spheres. And then we just healed up back to full. That's very nice. Moving forward, you know, definitely going to want to keep the health as high as possible when you're doing no items. And, you know, another detriment to him is that there aren't really a ton of, you know, super viable orb changers. The one that comes to mind is the EZA Android 13. The Fusion 13, he changes orbs. He changes, I think, a random type to Rainbow. So that can obviously help someone like INT Cell, right? I mean, specifically INT Cell, that's who it's going to help. I mean, a lot. But the thing is they don't link up particularly well, you know, and then INT Cell, just in general, he doesn't have real stellar links. I think when he transforms, he gets Revival. So, I mean, yeah, Revival's great on Resurrected Warriors, we ain't running Resurrected Warriors. We're trying to run him on an Androids team. So, it doesn't make sense when, you know, he leads. I mean, ideally you're using him as a leader, right? So for the Android Cell Saga, who else has Revival? I mean, I don't really know. I don't know. I mean, he's going to be good on that Resurrected Warriors team. This is good. This is See, this is the kind of thing that needs to happen during a no item run. We got so incredibly lucky because if he supers MVP 17 there, we're going to take, I mean, easily 250k, even with his attack completely neutered. We've lowered his attack like frickin' 20 times or something like that. So he's completely good, even though we have type disadvantage there. Because remember, MVP 17, he does not get his 40% damage reduction until we fall below 77% HP. Or I think more specifically, 77% or below. And I guess that does make a difference, but... back to INT Cell, this is another reason that he's so good, is this active skill, man. If you can get him to transform turn 1, you know, because essentially we did, right? I mean, we got touched up the very first turn, and then he transforms the next turn. And then the next time he's on rotation, so that would be technically, what is that? So turn 2, this is turn 4, we get his active skill. That's pretty good. You know, it's just a matter of getting him to transform. For whatever reason, man, the production staff or the creation staff, they just wanted to be cheeky with those 300 million download celebration units, and no one can quite figure out why. Because why wouldn't you want these dudes to be like number 1 and 2 best units in the game? LR Gohan should have been the best unit in the game. I think that's why so many people were disappointed with him. And the heights you have to get, the heights you have to go to get LR Gohan to be super duper broken are insane. You've got to either be up against an android enemy, you've got to have one on your team, you got to fall below 58% HP, and then to maximize his damage, you got to have a Super Saiyan Goku on the rotation. It's like, dude, come on. Like, just make him the best unit in the game. You don't have to do this. We want to use units that are good, not that are highly restrictive. I don't get it. That's the part I won't understand about some of the decisions that, you know, Bandai and Akatsuki make. Anyway, I guess probably a story for another video. I decided to go ahead and get same type orbs because I am trying to get the Dokkan attack with LR INT Cell. Because right now, after that super attack, our only chance is that we just barely survive. We need to barely survive and then get the full heal yet again. So we got supered right off the bat by the baby across the way. And then we're able to get I believe we get a double super on this Rildo, and we double lower his attack, which was absolutely huge. And then what we're able to do in this next turn is we're going to be able to lower the AGL enemy. I forget his name. It's escaping me right now. But we're able to lower his attack as well. So at this point, we have 2 units that have their attack lowered. We're not going to be taking any damage on normals. And look at this. We survived with 13,000 HP. We entered that turn with essentially full HP. So we took over 500,000 HP in damage. MVP 17, man, I love him. Like, he's one of my, you know, favorite Dokkan Fests in the game. But, dude, if he doesn't have that damage reduction, he is so vulnerable because he only has 50% defense. It's just very, very... not very good for him. This is going to be a really good shot from Cell, so we're not activating his full passive here. But we are activating a good portion of it because we got 6 orbs. I believe, I'd have to double check this, but I believe he's getting an additional, is it 60% attack and defense? So I actually did double check. So how it works is he's getting that 120% attack and defense right off the rip. And then he gets, when you get 4 or more, he gets an additional attack and defense 20%. Remember, these are all separately calculated because they're separate parts of his passive, right? So it ends up being a little bit more than 20%. And then with 6 or 7 key spheres, he's going to be getting another 20% attack and defense. So really, really good for him. This ended up being a really good shot. This was certainly, even though he can't crit, he was certainly the best candidate to get the Dokkan attack. Now, I believe we take a fair amount of damage, 200k, but Guys, in Super Battle Road, I mean, you guys have seen them Super us for well over 200k in Super Battle Road, so that's not bad. I mean, I know that's a lot, but like it could have been worse, right? If someone else took that super attack, we might not have done as well there. So, and then again, I can't remember his name, but the enemy on the end that we just took out, you know, he did have his attack lowered as well. But at this point, we just got the full heal again. Their attack is lowered. I'm really not sweating it at all. I mean, even if we get super attacked, we've got support on rotation, and at this point, it's just a matter of getting the W. At this point, I knew that we were going to be able to finish the run off. Honestly, after LR Int Cell healed us fully and we didn't die on that first turn, I had a pretty good feeling that we were going to get the W, but you guys know anything can happen in Super Battle Road, so... But Android 13 is going to get a good shot on this Metarildo here. And I don't remember if we take him out right here. And we don't get the stun, but we do lower his defense. So this is going to be good. This is not going to matter at all because he's got his attack lowered, type advantage. We are good to go. So even if we don't get a crit here, we should be able to take him down because his defense is so low right now. Yeah, we do get the crit anyway. And then the LR androids are going to be able to finish it up for us. And guys... there you have it. No items necessary when you have LR Int Cell, especially if you get you need to get a little bit lucky for sure. If you guys are ever attempting no item runs, it's going to take you a few tries. You have to get lucky with the RNG. It's just kind of the way it works. But again, I think that the unit that did set us over the top to get this no item run was indeed the Android 13. I do like him. But slap a like for the no item run. Consider subscribing if you're new, and I'll catch all of you in the next one. Later.